This is a paid review of PivotViews software. PivotViews is a reporting application that allows you to do analysis on data without having to download it to Excel to create a pivot table. The company that makes PivotViews has a background in Microsoft Dynamics GP, so that the data, although it's fictitious, comes from a Microsoft Dynamics GP system. PivotViews can work on any SQL system. It doesn't have to be Microsoft Dynamics. When you open the PivotViews, you see a list of reports that are available to you on the left here. These reports, the center of the screen is a report canvas, and this is where the reports will be displayed once you select them. Besides the report names, you have other information that's available. You have categories, descriptions. You can sort by categories. You can make your own categories. You can color code reports that you're going to run all the time, or else you can pin them to the top of the list so that it's easy to find. PivotViews has two types of reports. The pivot report, which is very similar to the Excel pivot table, in that you can slice and dice and rearrange it. And there's a table report, which is equivalent to the spreadsheet in Excel. You can still do some analysis on this table. The advantage to this is that they're fast and they work well with large quantities of data. To run a report, you select the name from on the left, from the list on the left, and then you're given a list of parameters that are required to run this report. When you click on the first field, there's a pop-up list of the companies. In this test data, we only have one company, so I'm going to select that one and say OK. On the start date, if you click on the arrow, you get a pop-up calendar, and you can select your date that way. I have entered the dates that I know my data exists in this company, and then I pressed run, and this is what's displayed for you. You can change your mind on the parameters, and let's say I don't want 1 year, maybe I want 2 years. So we just click on the parameters that are always displayed for you, and you can change it to 205 and rerun this. The data includes the extended range that you have selected. So now let's customize this report. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of account categories, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the field and drag it up to the list of fields here. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to just show profit and loss in this report. So if you click over the posting and click on it, you get a filter symbol. You can click on that filter symbol. You can remove the balance sheet and say OK, and you just have the profit and loss displayed for you. I would like to get rid of the yearly quarter here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on this, and I'm going to remove this field. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the period, and I'm going to drag it up to the... What I'd like to do here now is I would like to drag the year from the row indicator to the columns. And so I'm going to click this, and I'm going to drag over here so it says drop column fields here, and I'm going to let go. And there you see your data broken down into years. So now you have this report the way that you want it. So we can save it as a favorite. You click on the save as a favorite, and you're given a dialog box. And I'm going to say today's report. You can enter a description. You can specify whether it's just you or all users can use it, and you can set it. You can save the layout, and you can save the parameters. So I'm going to click save. So now we have this saved as a favorite. So let's click and see what the original looked like. See how much we've changed it from the original with just a few transactions. So I have a revenue by customer report open here, and there is no place that it shows commissions. Adding a commissions to an Excel pivot table is a skilled task that's not very clear to most people. So we're going to add a calculated field to this report. So we're going to click on the add field button here, and I'm going to call it commissions. You need to indicate the type of data, the format of the data. So I'm going to enter that, and I'm going to select the data type, and that's going to be decimal. So I'm going to suggest that I'm going to calculate my calculated field by selecting fields, and I'm going to double click on amount, and then I'm going to click on times to multiply it, and then I'm going to key in 0.05, and then I'm going to say OK. The commission field is now entered into your data. There's other things I'd like to say is that when you click Insert Pivot Table on a sheet of data in Excel, you're given a blank canvas. You don't know where to start. With PivotViews, you have data to start with that you can manipulate. To be fair, there are some things that I don't like about PivotViews. For the one thing is the charting. The charting abilities are clunky and hard to use, but I've spoken to the developers and they say that they're working on that currently. Overall, if you're working with an SQL environment and you want an easy and flexible reporting solution that's quicker than downloading to an Excel file to create pivot tables, this might be a solution for you.